Hello, this is Coach Sparks, and this tutorial is going to be an update to a previous tutorial on using World Machine to create a landscape and import that into Unreal Engine 4 and using a splat map. And for some reason, in the newer version of the engine 4.13, you will get, if you use that previous video, you will get a black landscape, which will not work well. So this is going to be an update to that. So this is going to be the new process of how to do that. So I've got this level right here. It's not the same level as I started with, but kind of go real quickly on what I've done. So it's just a simple base material or the base option. And in my advanced purlin, we'll go in and look at those settings. If you want to look at those settings right there, I kind of have this slider here at about 4.7. The elevation centered about 902. The steepness about 0.375. And to get this little valley right in here, you just kind of go in here, and what I did under these presets is kind of use this wrinkled option right here. So if you want to use that, it kind of gives you this appearance right here. And if you want to adjust this a little bit, you can adjust where this is just by clicking this transformation option here. So if you want to adjust that, set mine right there so it kind of be right about the middle. You can also toggle the X and Y to get a little bit different shape. So you can kind of fool around with that to get the look that you want, and then just choose OK. Then I'll show you real quickly what I have on the Terrace. The Terrace is just kind of this right here. You don't have to use terraces if you don't want to. It's completely up to you, but that is the settings here that I have. Give you a minute to look at those. And then I just added a simple erosion, which is under your natural settings right here. If you don't have these up here, you can just kind of go to devices and look under natural filters, and you'll get an erosion. So I just kind of drop that in and kind of open that up and let you see what I have there. Just kind of a standard erosion. The erosion base at 90. I took all the rock hardness off of that. And then some of these settings right here, and just kind of enabled the time enhancement and just kind of up that just a little bit. So that kind of gave me a nice little setting here. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And my final output looks like that. And we'll go ahead and build that. And you can kind of see basically kind of what that looks like. So nothing super fancy, but kind of looks okay. So what we want to do is kind of go into how do I create, the previous video was creating a splat map, and we're kind of going to do something similar to that, but I'm going to use a little bit different option. This is what I did before. Had a comment from someone on the other video to use the Slope Selector instead, so I think that will give us a nicer look. So we're going to try that and just see how that kind of looks. So we're going to go up here to your selector, and you're going to do, instead of the height selector, we're going to do a slope selector, which will give us a little bit different look, and you'll kind of see that as we go here in a minute. So you just want to click that, and we want to add 3 of those here. And we're basically going to plug the height field from our erosion here into the back. So just click here, plug it into this one, plug it into this one, and one more, plug it into this one. So this will kind of give us 3 slopes, and you can kind of see the difference, and it gives us a much better look than just the height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and name these, so it'll make it a little bit easier in a minute to set these up, and we can see what we're doing a little better. So I'm going to rename any of these nodes so that's easier to identify over here instead of just select slope. I'm going to click this top one. I'm going to set the name. I'm just going to name this one rock, because that's where I want rock to appear. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and you can see it changes the name, and it also changes it right here. So we'll do this one. This one will be, just say, grass. And finally, this one here, dirt or sand or whatever you want to call it. So let's call that one dirt. So anywhere I want dirt, this is a slope that I'm going to get. So as you can see, as we check those, you see how some of those will change a little bit, but not much at the moment. So the next thing we need to do is we're going to add an overlay output node, and this we'll just plug this over here, and we're going to use this in a minute to and one you can do is just go ahead and plug in the height map information into the top, and then we're going to combine these together and then plug it into this mix right here so we can kind of get a nice overlay, and as we adjust the slopes to see what we get. So you want to go up here to the converter section, and I'm going to use this channel combiner, so we're just going to combine these three channels together. And this kind of works off of an RGB or red, green, blue option, and I'm just going to basically use this as a reference, and then we're going to use some more height outputs for each one of these layers to actually get our map to be able to create our landscape material. So just plug this top one in here for rocks. That's going to be where it's going to be red, and this top field is red. Then we'll go here to the green, and anything dirt will be blue. And we can take this output right here and we can plug it in to our overlay, and now we kind of have this black and white map. So to identify where we want all of our rock to be, I'm going to go ahead and lock my preview down to this overlay view, and then go into our 3D view to where it can see our terrain a little better. And the reason that I renamed these is so I can actually see them over here. It makes it a lot easier to identify them when I'm in this particular view. This is the kind of view that I like to use. So you just double click the rock, and on our slope we can kind of just adjust this up. As you can see, that anything that turns red, that is going to be where rock are going to appear. So this actually is and as I bring this minimum, you can see the minimum change in here. So anywhere from 90 degrees to this is about 28 degrees. So we'll play around with these a little bit to get an overall look of what we want. So this gives us a better distribution of materials or textures when we get into Unreal. So we can go to the dirt layer right here, and we'll just bring this maximum down a little bit, and that will start to eliminate some of the blue, and then just go into this green, kind of bring this up a little bit. That will bring back some of that blue, as you can see, and just adjust these to kind of suit the look that you're looking for. And we can go back into the rock here, and we can adjust this a little bit more, add a little bit more green. So just kind of adjust these until you get the look that you want, and kind of where you want everything to be in the distribution, because this will give you a really nice setup here. So let's go back. Allow a little more blue down in that valley. And we'll just kind of go with this. You can play around with this as much as you want to get the exact look you want, but I'm just going to go with this. So go ahead and click OK, and we'll go back to our device view here. I'm going to unlock the preview, and I'm going to go ahead and build this out real quick. So we'll just build this out. Everything's built now, and if I look at my overlay, this is kind of what I have. So it kind of looks like this. So now all I have to do, turn that off again. So now all that I have to do is, since I have all these slopes selected, is we can go in here to the output panel, and we're going to add 3 height output nodes. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and we can kind of just rename these rock output, grass output, and dirt output. Okay, now I'm going to take this rock layer, and I'm just going to click right here, plug it into this one, go right here, plug it into this one, and go right here, plug it into this one. So we'll go ahead and build all this out, and as you can see, that kind of gives us a black and white map, which we'll be able to use over in the next section. So if you haven't already output your file, I'll show you how to do that as far as the the height map, and then we'll do these other 3 as well. So you want to double click in this output, make sure it's already been built out, it's all green. To do the height map, it needs to be a raw 16 file, and so basically you would go to your, select this here, go to set, and then find the location where you want your height map to be. So we're just going to call this our a river height map. And once you get that set in that location, you want to go ahead and hit write output to disk. And you should get this option here. It says, if it says that whatever you call this in the file location, that is written successfully. So that one takes care of that. And then we're going to go into these 3 here. So double click in here. Now this file, we want these to be PNGs. So we're going to do a PNG, and we'll go ahead and go in here, and I'm going to, we'll go into this folder right here. I'll call this rock layer, and go ahead and write that out. Close that out. Double click this one. Choose PNG. We're going to set that same location. Call this the grass layer. Write output to disk. Click OK. And then we'll double click this one. PNG set. Dirt layer, and write that one out as well. Okay, and that's pretty much all we have to do in World Machine. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video for just a moment, and go ahead and I'll pull up your project in Unreal Engine, and we'll go into selecting our importing our height map, and then we'll set up our material and everything and apply that to show you how that works. So I'm going to pause that and be right back.